Today, we're going to be looking at the HierarchyPath query language and how it can be used to identify and work with objects in a game scene or application. Today, I have a VR application called the QA Interrogation Room, which is available from the Unity Asset Store. And we're going to navigate around the scene a bit and see what kind of objects we can work with. We have various interactables here. We've got some objects on the table that we can move around and manipulate. We've got this neat little board where we can draw using blocks and then light up the blocks by inserting a battery into this device over here. So as a tester, I might need to understand how to identify these objects such as the battery or the filing cabinet or these blocks so that I can develop tests around that. And how we do that is using the HierarchyPath query language. So the next thing I want to look at are the objects in the scene. Here we have the various objects in the Unity editor, and I can see a whole lot of these are built using clones of prefab, such as the ceiling _3M. We've got 2 through 11 here. Down at the bottom, we have a various number of clone objects. And so it can be difficult to identify objects at runtime if we don't know the precise name of those objects. I can get the hierarchy path of that object simply by right-clicking and clicking relative or absolute, and then looking at the console. This will give me the precise path to that object. If I enter that into the hierarchy path REPL, I can see there's only one of these objects. So that's pretty straightforward. But let's say I'm looking for an object at runtime that I don't know the name of. I might need to use a more advanced search such as contains or regular expression that is going to give me all of the objects in the scene that contain that information. So here we have a very simple query where we can look for all objects in the scene with the name of text. We're going to take this query and we're going to enter it into our game. And I'm going to change text to clone. Now I can see that there's 14 clones in the scene, and this query will allow me to quickly identify those at runtime. I can take that search a bit further and enter it into the HierarchyPath debugger here and see precisely what is returned when I run that query. So now I see that there's specific objects here, and each of those objects has a type of Unity engine.game object. If I want to select one of these objects and look at the Object Explorer, I can explore the components and properties of these objects. For example, the transform, which has properties such as Euler angles, the local position or rotation. And I might want to capture one of these using the hierarchy path precisely. When I enter that into the hierarchy path debugger, I can see the full path to that object, component, and property. And when I hit run here, I'll see the precise result. Now, this is useful from a testing perspective. If I don't know the return type or the formatting of an object's properties, or if I just need to validate that at runtime, it is exactly what it was when I first created the test. And I can do that here using the hierarchy path. So now you can see how the hierarchy path query language can be used to quickly identify any objects at runtime using any property or combination of properties within that object. And this allows us to define test cases that are precise and repeatable. For more information how to use the HierarchyPath query language, visit GameDriver today.